and thank you for being out here. With Terry, oh, I just saw him. There he is. He's coming up here with my counterpart here, Terry. I was actually asked if I could come out here and just kind of talk about what's going on in the police department, talk a little bit about myself, what you can expect out of the police department. So with that, I'm just going to give you a little brief snapshot. I've been with the city of Anaheim now for about 17 years. Prior to that, I worked for the Los Angeles Police Department for about 3 years. Whole different world over there. But coming here, I've had the opportunity to work a variety of assignments, including patrol. I was our first police, back then was athletic league officer, now known as Cops for Kids. Shortly after that, I was a training officer for new officers. I went into detectives to work with the hotels down on the south end of the city. And then I promoted to a sergeant. And I was actually the West District Community Policing Team sergeant. That's where I remember you. When our office was out of the little shopping center there off of Lincoln. It was a long time ago. Hey, that's right, I didn't see you there. Sorry. How are you? Shortly after there, I went over to auto theft detectives, and then I promoted to lieutenant, where I worked a variety of assignments, including internal affairs, ran basically what we call now our resort area, including the stadium, all those different locations. Served as a watch commander, and then also as a district commander, which is what Steve Morrison currently does. Then promoted to captain, oversaw our investigations division and also our operations support division. And then in August of last year, when Craig Hunter retired, became the deputy chief. And then John Welcher retired in May. I took over as interim for John. And then last December was appointed as a chief. So background, a little bit of everything. Terry and I have worked together for a while. Parks and Rec is my absolute, it's in my heart here. I love working with kids. Prior to being in law enforcement, I worked community services. I used to run a place just like this. It was actually called Pico Park in the city of Pico Rivera. Ran 4th of July weekend events, coached baseball, softball, Little League, all that stuff. Because I believe we've got to catch them when they're young. We've got to catch them when they're young, give them things to do. A lot of latchkey kids, you know, mom and dad are working 1 or 2 jobs, and kids don't have things to do. We all know what we do when we don't have structure. So you're going to see a lot of our increase in youth programs here with the police department. We're looking at purchasing a large mobile rec program, a large trailer that has computers, table, everything you have in a park, just mobile. To get out in the neighborhoods and allow the kids to have or do some homework inside the trailer where we can actually work with mom and dad outside to let them know what's going on, programs are available. And then also switch it around and allow some education classes on the inside of the trailer from mom and dad and allow the kids on the outside to interact with our police officers. So we want to break the kind of the perception, if you will, of what cops do. I'd like to see our cops, and I do see our cops walking the streets, the neighborhoods. You should see our motor officers park their bikes at the elementary schools in the morning, and rather than citing some drivers, which I know they need to be cited sometimes, or warned, they're actually welcomed. So kids come up and they get to say good morning to the officers, and the officers good morning to the parents, and just that interaction. So I won't dwell on the incidents from 2012. I think we're past that. We're continuing to move forward. We're strengthening some of the relationships. There were some perceptions, if you will, about the police department we're hoping to clarify. And as I mentioned recently in a ceremony, I want the police department to be completely transparent. And we are. A lot of it is just stuff that we believe was posted or wasn't. It currently is. Our website now has our policies and procedures all listed on there. Questions, programs we offer, things we do is all posted on our website. So please access our website. Crime mapping is all on the website as well. You can receive text alerts, emails about crime that is occurring within your geographical residence or your area where you live. It's all about working together. So with that, we're happy to answer any questions you may have of me or the police department, or I know we're going to talk about the homeless issue, what the police department is doing in relationship with community services. Terry, if you don't know, he's the man. He's a great guy and been around a long time. Great working relationship personally and also as departments we work together. So. Any questions? Address? I'm sorry?
The web address?
Anaheim.net/police. Do we have internet here by chance? No? Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I would like to know if you can give me your opinion on how your police department, how your fellow officers, and how you feel about what happened with the Kelly Thomas case in Fullerton. Homeless schizophrenic man who was beaten to death publicly executed by Fullerton officers, and the jury found them not guilty. How do you feel about that? And how do you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, how do you feel, and how do you think, or how can you tell us how your fellow officers within the Anaheim Police Department feel about that case and what happened to Kelly Thomas?
Well, I can't answer how any other officer feels. I mean, everybody has their own, we all feel. I can tell you what the Anaheim Police Department is doing, and we're going to cover it here through this PowerPoint. The Anaheim Police Department will be going through mandatory training for every officer, every sworn officer, all the way from the chief all the way down to the brand new officer who got sworn in last week, in addition to our jail personnel who actually deal with those who are arrested. It is a 10-hour course that is, again, mandatory. During that training, they're going to learn about some of the issues with when contacting individuals, learning different symptomology. You know, there are some folks who may just stand there. Actually, I went at a radio call just the other day, and a guy was just standing there staring at me for the longest time. And I thought maybe this guy's is he on drugs, what's going on? And all of a sudden, he just lunges and takes a swing. A lot of things you just don't know what's going on. But a lot of this training hopefully will develop that. Some of those questions will probably be answered through this PowerPoint presentation here. We did, as a police department, the Office of Independent Review evaluated the Fullerton Police Department and offered 59 recommendations. We took those recommendations and compared to the Anaheim Police Department where we currently are, and we meet or exceed a lot of the stuff that's going on. So 2 different cities, obviously, 2 different police departments, but any opportunities that we have to learn as an organization, we take advantage of.
And how do you feel about the Kelly Thomas case?
I'm not going to discuss my personal opinion. This isn't the forum for it. If you'd like to make an appointment with me, I'd be more than happy to discuss it.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
So everybody knows, what's your current rank and what is your full name?
I am the Chief of Police, and my name is Raul Quesada.
Well, how do you spell
The
that?
last name is Q-U-E-Z-A-D-A. Much like a quesadilla.
R-A-U-L,
Correct.
and you're a,
Chief of Police.
You take down a lot of things.
That's all right. Any other questions I can answer? Please, I hope you enjoy this presentation. The Anaheim Police Department is committed to, we can't solve this issue. I'm going to tell you up front, we cannot solve homelessness. What we try and do is mitigate a lot of the things that are impacted. We've got to look at the park. The purpose of the park is for everyone to enjoy, right? We want our kids to go there, play, use the playground equipment. At the same time, we have to respect the person who is homeless also has access to the park. That is their right as well to utilize that park. So where does the police department come and where is the balance? So we're constantly torn. Hey, we want enforcement. We want the homeless to leave this park. At the same time, we have the homeless who say, I have a right to be here. So as a police department, as the face of government, we always have to find that balance. So again, hopefully through this presentation, we'll be able to answer a lot of those questions. I apologize, I have to get to another meeting. Is there any other questions I can answer? Lieutenant Steve Morrison will provide you with my contact information. Again, if you want to set up an appointment, we'll be more than happy to meet with you. All right. Thank you very much.